Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Ibered Mbasi. I am back again today. And today, I'm going to be showing us something very, 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 very important for you if you have a Microsoft 365 administrator or you are one and you want to troubleshoot issues. So, exactly what are we going to be looking at today? Now, first and foremost, if you manage a Microsoft 365 organization, you can agree with me that sometimes troubleshooting issues can be stressful, especially when you have users shouting stuff like email is down, Teams is down, or Exchange Online is down, or they are just having issues and different issues from different angles. Knowing exactly where to go to and knowing exactly how to go about it is one of the things that makes a distinct administrator. So today, what exactly I want to show us is I'm going to show us how to check service health, identify outages, and resolve issues fast using the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. By the end of the video, you're going to know how to diagnose problems and know how to communicate clearly to the users exactly what the problem might have been and exactly how to get it sorted out. So let's get right into it. First, what is service health? Now, you have to understand that service health is your real time window into the status of every Microsoft 365 service your organization relies on. What that simply means is that, for instance, the organization uses Exchange, Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, and more. Service health makes you understand gives you a real time window into exactly what is happening in those applications. Are they working perfectly? Are they healthy? Is there issue that is coming up for any of them? Think of it as your control tower, that if something breaks, this is where Microsoft tells you exactly what is happening, exactly who is affected, what they are doing to fix it, and exactly when it will be resolved. All this I'm saying, I'm going to be showing you how it works in the M365 Administrative Center. Now, before you start troubleshooting anything, take note as an M365 administrator. Before you troubleshoot anything, make sure you check service health. Because with service health, some of the problems that you're trying to troubleshoot might have already been reflected there by Microsoft. And no matter what troubleshooting strategy you may employ, it is a Microsoft issue, then it will not work because service health has already reflected that this is something we are working on and it's also and so time we're going to get it sorted out. So let's get right into the Microsoft 365 Administrative Center and see exactly how this works. So I'm going to be taking you to the 365 Admin Center. For you to enter your service health, when you sign into your Microsoft 365 Administrative Center, there are a lot of ways you can sign in. As an after signing in as an administrator, either a global administrator, a service health administrator, or an administrator. There are a lot of administrators that have a global reader, a lot of administrators that have the ability to view this. One of them is the global admin, the service health admin, and the rest. So when you signed in here, you scroll down under here, you come down to where we have the health. By default, you will not see this. I think it should be under. Okay, you will just see this and then you click on drop down for health, go to your service health. When you go to your service health, it's going to give you an overview. Now, under this service health overview, you really have to view the issues and health status of all services that are available with your current subscription. I already explained that when I was talking about service health. And if you look at this, my tenant, realize that these are the active issues that Microsoft is working on. Now, if as an administrator, someone comes to complain that, oh, I'm unable to make changes to distribution list in Exchange Online and I receive an error, and you do not check service health, and you try, I go ahead to troubleshoot, you're going to troubleshoot and troubleshoot and troubleshoot and troubleshoot without having any success. You're going to troubleshoot and troubleshoot and troubleshoot without having any success. So it's important that you understand how this works or that this helps you in your troubleshooting as an M365 administrator. Now, when you've logged onto the M365 Admin Center, you go to health, you go down to your service health, you see a list of all the services, you see their current status and any active advisories or incidents. Now, from my tenant here, you see that these are the list of services we have: the Microsoft Entra, the Form, the Intune. All of them happen to be healthy, but we have a few things to observe here. Under the SharePoint Online, we have one incident and one advisory. Under the Exchange Online, we have one advisory. Now, what exactly does this mean? Now, green definitely means that it's healthy, that there's no issue. When you see one advisory, that advisory simply means that yellow means advisory. You see it, that means that there's an advisory. But an incident, when you see red, you know that there is an incident and something is actually broken and needs to be dealt with immediately. Now, let's break it down exactly what it means. When we're talking about advisory, this means that Microsoft has detected that something unusual, but it's not a full outage. That is something wrong. There's actually something that is unusual that is happening, but it's not yet a full outage. For instance, you see that some admins may be able to make changes to distribution list in Exchange Online and receive an error. This is an advisory type of, of issue. It's not full blown. It's not an incident here. The incident we have here is that some users document libraries and list views using Microsoft group filters may not display results in SharePoint. This is actually an incident. This is something that they've confirmed that is an incident and needs to be worked on. So the moment you see this, and you can get to understand the time when it was updated on July 13, 2026, and the time frame. It is very important. So as an M365 administrator, you come and you have issues like, oh, I can't update document libraries and list views using multiple group filters. It's not displaying in SharePoint online. You just know that, oh, you can communicate clearly to the end users that, sorry, this is an issue that Microsoft has recognized and they're currently working towards getting it resolved. The moment it is being resolved, you get to know. It is very, very effective. Very effective for you as an M365 administrator. Very effective. As I said earlier, advisory simply means that they have detected something unusual and they're working towards it. Incident simply means that there is a confirmed outage. There's a confirmed outage. There's something wrong. For instance, you can have that Exchange Online is down, or you can have that you have team login failures, you have that SharePoint site is not loading, and so on and so forth. Incidents are the ones that actually cause panic. When you have incidents, most times there's always panic, but you should not be worried because there's always exactly what to do. Now, for you to get to read an incident and know exactly what to do, when you click on an incident, for instance, this incident you have here, you're going to see a breakdown of exactly what is affected and exactly what is happening. Now, under the breakdown for this particular incident, we have the user impacts. That the user's document libraries and list views using multiple group filters may not display results in SharePoint Online. Now, more info here says that specifically, impacted users report that document libraries and list views using both primary and secondary grouping may not display the full or expected results. Scope of impact. Some users attempting to view document libraries and list views using multiple group filters may be impacted. This information may be updated as they investigate. So they're investigating it, and there are updates as to what exactly they're doing to investigate the information. Are you following? And we have that we validated the fix for this issue was as expected, and the deployment is progressing across the affected environment. We'll continue to monitor the deployment progress and validate recovery as the fix continues to propagate through the service. The next update time has been given to you. You can get to see the full history of exactly what happened and how they're going towards resolving the issue. Service health is very important. As an administrator, I'm re-emphasizing it. Before troubleshooting anything, go down to your service health and check if the issue has already been recognized as something that is an incident, so that you do not go and begin to break things or fix issues that were not there in the first place. Very important. Now, what should you do during an outage? The first thing you should do is that you should confirm the issue in service health. You should have an action plan. Number one, confirm the issue in service health. Don't guess. Don't rely on user complaints. Check the incident details. Confirm that truly this issue exists, and truly if the issue exists in service health, that will help you in being able to know exactly how to approach the issue and be able to resolve the issue. Number two, communicate with your users. You can send a quick message. You can always say, oh, that we are aware of an issue with Microsoft Teams or an issue with Microsoft Exchange, and Microsoft is investigating the issue. I will update you as soon as we have more information. Very important. That makes everybody to understand that, okay, the issue is actually being looked at and being investigated, and the result will coming out soon. And number three, you need to avoid unnecessary troubleshooting. It is the outage. If the outage is on Microsoft side, restarting devices or resetting password will not help. If for any reason you feel that, oh, the outage is coming from the Microsoft end, if you go ahead and start troubleshooting, resetting password, and resetting devices or restarting devices, those will not help. It's an outage, it's a breakage. So you need to make sure that you calm down and observe. If the issue the user is complaining is in alignment with the issue in the service health, you just wait and allow Microsoft to resolve it before you go back and start looking at what else to get to do. Then, number four, you need to monitor the updates. As you can see here, we have updates as to what is being done. The updates for this particular incident show that they validated the fix for the issue works as expected and the deployment is progressing. So they're actually deploying the solution. You just need to calm down and wait. As soon as it has been resolved, it will change. It will reverse back to being healthy. And you know that the issue has been resolved. And you can contact your end users and tell them that, yes, this has been done. Now, another thing you need to notice that you can also view past incidents to understand patterns. If for any reason you feel that, oh, there is a pattern of issues that like coming for a particular, you can always go and look at the past incidents to say, okay, what were the past incidents that happened that looks like something that I need to understand. You can always get to view that and be able to follow up to solve issues. Now, another thing you can get to do is that you can always manage notifications for the issue. When you click on manage notifications for the issue, you need to enter an email address. Now, incident. Some users document libraries and list. This is the incident. Whenever the status changes or the issue is resolved, we'll send an email with the details. If you already set up email notification for the service, you're already getting status update for all issues with the service. So you can enter an email address here. For instance, I can enter my email address and say that when this issue has been resolved, send an email address to me. So I'll put in my email address here. And I'll click on save. So the moment the issue is being finally resolved, they will be sent. The moment the status changes, they will be sending an email to me. So it's very important. It's very critical. It's very beautiful. As an administrator, you come in here. First and foremost, when you have a challenge, come in here and ascertain that it is not a Microsoft outage challenge. It's not an incident that is global. Because if it is a global incident, resetting a password, restarting devices will not sort it out. You need to just calm down and follow the updates to get to know exactly when the issue is being resolved. And the moment you get to know that, when you see an advisory, just know that it's not a full-blown incident. It's just something that looking at to see how they can resolve. It's when you see that as an incident, that's when you now say, oh, there's something wrong, and I need to work towards getting it out. Now, as I said, you can configure email notifications so to get alerts. We've done that already. It's helpful because you know about when issue starts and when issues are resolved. Then you can also, now, I need to give you a real example of how this played out for me as an MT5 administrator. Now, a client once called me and told me, oh, our email is completely down. Instead of diving into troubleshooting, I immediately checked service health. Sure enough, Service Exchange Online had a global outage. I sent a quick update to the team. I mentioned the incident and within an hour, Microsoft resolved it. No wasted time. I did not no unnecessary troubleshooting. I was just smart and I took an informed action. So the moment the first time a client or a user complains to you about an issue, the first point of action should be to go to your service health and check that it is not a Microsoft outage, it is not an incident. Because if it is an incident, it doesn't matter what you try to do from your ends as an administrator, you may actually still not be able to resolve the issue. So I believe that from this video, I've explained to you how you use the Microsoft 365 Admin Center to understand service health and resolve outages quickly. Please, if you found this video useful, I would like you to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications from my YouTube channel as I drop content regularly that has to do with Microsoft 365 and other areas. Please, thank you very much and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.